he has a great jab. He moves well on his feet. But sometimes, the biggest mistake that he does is sometimes he relies so much on the shoulder roll and wants to stay there, and he gets touched. I don't think he's mastered that shoulder roll defense like Mayweather, like other fighters have. So I feel like he's, you could touch him.
I feel the same too. Welcome. It is April the 15th, 2024, and I can't believe that this fight is, 2 weeks away now? Devin Haney is going to be taking on Jose Ramirez as the co-feature or undercard, whatever you want to call it, of Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Also, you're going to have Teofimo Lopez taking on Arnold Barboza in a phenomenal card. These are the only 3 fights we have so far. We don't know if it's going to only be 3 because it's going to be taking place in Times Square on May the 2nd, a Friday. It's going to be bananas down there. The logistics of just getting there and going to the event, I don't even want to think about that. But let's talk about it. First, let me give you my thoughts on Devin Haney, who is now still undefeated, 31-0 with 15 KOs, even though this undefeated has a asterisk next to it because, well, he lost to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was found to be on performance-enhancing drugs for losing weight. Whatever the case may be, I don't want to go down that hole anymore. He failed the drug test for whatever the reason may be, and it was an unfair advantage. Now, let's not get it twisted. Devin Haney got beat up by a drunk. You can't take that away. A druggy drunk. And he didn't just get beat. He got his ass whipped. As you can see, rounds, he was down around 7, 10, 11. So the question that we have now, especially me, is he ever going to be the same fighter again after that type of whooping? And is Jose Ramirez washed up? Now, the good thing going for Jose Ramirez is he hasn't looked good in several fights now. However, he did acknowledge that he stayed at 140 pounds too long. I remember somebody in the comments a few weeks ago was saying that Devin Haney's dragging him up to 147. No, Jose Ramirez has been wanting to go to 147 for quite some time, and now I just think he has to because of his body. I think he wanted to stay away from it like many other fighters, like Josh Taylor, because of the political landscape at the time, but now he's at 147, and by the way, 147 is pretty deep. You got Boots Ennis, WBA IBF champion, Ring Magazine champion. You got Brian Norman, WBO. You got Mario Barrios, WBC, who's in rumors to be fighting Manny Pacquiao. You got Ryan Garcia staying at 147. You got Devin Haney staying at now at 147. This fight's also supposed to be taking place at 144, despite. Okay, so here's what Devin Haney posted last night after news came out from Robert Garcia that Devin Haney wanted to change the fight to 147. As you can see, this is false. The weight is 144. I eat burger steak every day. And as you can see, he's saying he's not dieting to make weight, which you can eat a lean-ass burger, that don't got no fat. It just be dry as shit. So you can diet eating burgers. You can diet eating steak. But either way, a clip came out from KO Sports. Where's the interview at? Where basically Robert Garcia was saying that Devin Haney changed the weight at the last minute from 144 to 147, pretty much alluding to the fact that, Devin Haney may be struggling to make weight. Let's just listen to a brief clip of it.
Asking for a little bit more weight, maybe closer to 47. Just what does that tell you as a trainer, being that they want a little bit more weight?
Jose signed his contract on 144, but I believe now they're asking for 147, which is fine with us. Jose's a big, tall guy. He's big. He's been 140 for so many years that I think 147 he'll be so much stronger, and I think not having to cut those last 7 pounds. I think.
So he said he believes that. He don't know. Now remember, he's not the manager or anything, so he, obviously the trainer would be in the know to an extent, but clearly Devin Haney went on to dispute this to say the fact that the fight that's going to be taking place at 144 pounds, which I didn't even know. I thought it was going to be at the 147, but
47.
But let me tell you, like Devin Haney, he's gained the reputation of being a whiner, like a kid that was well off, but now you don't know everybody's story, but he this is the reputation he's gained, is that like a entitled kid, he's a grown man now, 26 years old, who was well off, but tries to portray himself that he's from like the streets, which I never really understood why, people do that. So he's gained a little bit of a reputation in the villain role to where people want to see him lose. And even though I'm going to go ahead and say it, listen, I think that Jose Ramirez is shot. I ain't going to hold you. Now, mind you, I covered Jose Ramirez fights. I've been watching him. I've covered every fight of his since Mike fucking Reed. What undercard was this? Was this his card? I covered these fights. And probably soon, I probably covered more of these. You could probably find me covering these too. But look, Mike Reed, Amir Imam, Orozco, Jose Cepeda, Hooker, Postol, Josh Taylor, Pedraza, Comey, Barthélemy, Arnold Barboza. This fight was too long in the making. So he's got a really good resume of fighters. No matter where you place those fighters in their career, win or loss, he's got a really solid resume of fighters. But it's like this. It's the difference between a car that got 100,000 miles on it that drives on a highway every day than a car that's stop and go traffic. As if you kind of get me, like he's got a lot of miles on him. And sometimes in his fights, he just looks like melancholy, like sad. Like you don't want to be there. So, here's why this fight's good. You don't know how Haney has recovered from that ass whooping that Ron Garcia gave him, the drunken ass whooping. He got beat up by a drunk bigot. We don't know who Jose Ramirez is at this stage and point of his career. This is both fighters' first official fight at 147 pounds. Let me see if he, how like sometimes fighters, a majority of time, they'll fight at a division above where they win their first championship at, but their official run doesn't start until later on in their career. So basically what I'm saying is, let me go see. I'm pretty sure he's weighed above the 140 pounds. See, look. Like 2017, he fought at 142, but it wasn't an official run at 147. See what I'm saying? That's what I was looking for. So what I'm saying is this is both of their official runs at 147 pounds. Let me see if he ever touched 147. He never been above 140 at all or fought anybody above 140. So good, solid fight. Now, the winners of Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia were supposed to fight each other. I don't know how I feel about that fight. Also, that fight greatly underperformed. Now, of course, the rematch is going to be bigger. It's definitely going to be bigger. And it's going to be a shit show leading up to it. Because Ryan Garcia, the bigot that he is, and the liar, pretty much, he recruited a whole lot of far right wingers. And, they bring in some money, let's be honest. They bring in some money. So Devin Haney is definitely going to be the villain. Ryan Garcia is going to play the God role. I'm just saying, I can see it now. The buildup is going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. But overall, Devin Haney has the tools. If he plays runaround, if he, tries to use his legs and move, a high chance to beat Jose Ramirez. What kind of pressure fighter is Jose Ramirez going to be? And also, is Devin Haney going to play it safe just to get the win? Or is it going to be like a boring 12-round fight? That's what I'm thinking. I think it's going to be a boring 12-round fight. Something telling me it's going to be ugly and it's going to be a shutout. Devin Haney's going to shut him out. But you never know. With that being said, we're trying to get to the event. I got one more video to cover on this card, and I'm also going to be doing a live stream on this card as I've been getting my platform back in check. Working on my colleague Donnell getting to the fight or to fight week at least. And I got to be honest, I've stayed. You see this right here? This is the Renaissance Hotel, if I'm correct. I stayed right here, like overlook. I was right here. So me being down there, and I parked down there. I stayed down there for like 3 days, and I parked my car on street parking in Times Square, like in that general area. But the point is the logistics of like getting there and just, yes, you can walk and everything, but my goodness, it's going to be, You know, it's going to. I mean, I can't wait to see how they're going to do it on TV, and hopefully, it's going to be a nice weekend. And remember, you're going to have this fight. Then you're going to have Canelo versus William Skull. I'm going to be doing that video as well, and then you're going to have Inoye's return. So 3 big cards in 3 days, and I'm interested to see who else is going to be on this card. Let's see, what are people saying? Have I missed out? Because, see, I'm still getting in the mix of things. This dude cannot stand Devin Haney, this boxing enthusiast. I thought I followed him. I don't care who you are. If you know, I follow everybody. I agree with you or not. Except Boxing Eagle. He blocked me on every platform. I've been on his ass for years. Pause. But we'll see, man. Like I said, I'm concerned about Jose Ramirez. Meaning, like he looks shot. He been looking shot, like, you know, like really disinterested. And yes, he's been having personal issues, but he's been looking really disinterested. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. The links to my social media are right down below, and everything you need in the description box.